Mic check, mic check.
It's a bit delayed.
Mic check. Mic check, mic check.
Can you hear the game volume? Is that the game volume?
Mic check. Mic check, mic check.
Don't do anything.
Check, check one, testing one, check. Check one, test, check. Mic test one, mic test, mic test. Test one, test. Check one, test, check one, test. check one, test, check, check one, testing one, check, check one, test, check, check. Check one, test, check. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning to everyone watching us live for round 4 of the Astrocorsa Competizione CMSC Championship powered by Winlads. I'm Kevan, your commentator today, and joining me in the commentary box is Adam. Hi Adam, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, so Adam, this track may be a bit tricky for McLarens. Now, I spent a couple of hours. Oh, as we see contact, guess it. A bit of contact there. That's Udavatta, and guess it. There's a small incident there, but it's qualifying, so the time is ticking, and incidents like that is definitely going to make a big impact on how you're going to place your car for the start. And you first need to do outlap and then only start the lap, and if you get caught in traffic again, that's another issue. So I wonder if that was a deliberate incident there between Ranuja and Gesit, or was that a racing incident? I guess the race director will go into that. And let's ride on board with Tehan Eranga on the 4th there. He's been a very strong driver in practice as well, last race as well. Tehan, very strong, a very difficult driver to catch. He's got the pace, he's got the lines. Catching Tehan requires a different set of skills. Everyone is yet to set a time still. Again, so Adam, have you driven around this track before in maybe GT7?
I once drove it on Angelo's setup, and it was a fun track. Especially those two sheeting.
The bus stop, yeah?
Yeah. A fun track, very aggressive on the tires.
Yeah, Tehan there with the Sim Racing Lanka livery. Let's go into passenger view with him, with Tehan Eranga, as he's about to start rounding the final corner, as he's about to start his qualifying lap. Let's see what Tehan can do. Still, everyone is yet to set a time on the board. There we go. Tehan, 1:43, already a very, very strong time. Angelo Seratna 5/10 behind. As we can see, another car in another incident. Again, Gesit Ahangama is stopped. Wonder why. Savi Ratnayaka from Mora Racing in the McLaren. Another pro driver. Let's see what the time he's about to set. Definitely a very strong drive we saw in the past few races and the past few seasons as well. And he goes P3, 9/10 of Tehan. So as of now, the top 5 is Tehan Eranga, Angelo Seratna, Savi Ratnayak, Denan Avesekara, and Shane Virakun. Now we're on board with William Boteju. He's still hasn't set a time. Maybe this lap it's gonna be his hot lap. Let's go on board with him. Fast exit out of there. Here we go to the most, I would say, the trickiest part of this track, the bus stop. Oh, you can see him sliding through there. Beautifully done, Virem Boteju. And we have Brian Pereira has gone faster than Angelo Serratna. As Tehan again improves his timing, 143 correction, and 4/10 for Tehan Eranga. Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3, all purple for Tehan. Can anyone beat Tehan this in qualifying? We have 8 minutes left on the board. Sharanya Mendes again ahead of all the M class drivers. She has done a 1 minute 45, which is in front of 3 pro drivers at the moment as well. I am Fazal, Thiago Pereira and Virem Boteju. Oh, lost a bit of traction there, Sharanya.
That right there was commentators cursing full effect there. Thank you, Kevan, for doing that to Sharanya. Only the female driver on the grid, and you're giving her bad luck already.
Okay, let's go on board with Thiago. Let's see what he has to offer this weekend. He's currently in 11th, and he has 3 corners left. And
he's still on a outlet, Kevan.
Yeah, there's 2 more corners left, and then he starts his next flying lap. Do you think Thiago could go to the top 5, Adam? He's a quick driver in GT7, in Estacosa, iRacing AC, and also in real life karting as well, and also Nissan Masters.
And he's a better driver than you also don't get that car.
Okay, Adam. Let's see what he what he has to offer. 21 drivers this weekend. Day by day, the competition gets more and more intense. Absolutely taking the curbs in that McLaren, Thiago Pereira. We go with Arshad Iftika from Spark Racing. Beautiful livery on that Ferrari. There's also another driver to watch out for this weekend. Him and his twin brother, Amjad and Arshad, both running 2 Ferraris, both from Spark Racing. Beautiful liveries. Back with Thiago Pereira, he's 4/10 up. Oh, he invalidated this time right there. I guess he's gonna be really bummed because he was 4/10 quicker. He's still 11th. As you see, I am Fazal putting in a 1 minute 44.6, improving to 7th place. Go with Saviratnayaka. 1 second off Tehan, another strong driver. Through the bus stop chicane. Going back with Angelo with RHC Racing. As you see, Ranger leaving the pits. Angelo Serrata, final corner. He improves his time, but not quite enough to catch Denan Abesekra sitting in P3 at the moment. With that beautiful livery of Denan with the raccoon. Closely followed by Shehan. Shehan tried to get the maximum slipstream effect on the straights. See what Denan can do. Can he do it? No, not quite. Brian and Tehan still sitting in first. Let's go back to Thiago Pereira. No improvement yet. Viren Boteju though, he's improved to 6th place. Although he's a new driver for esports, he's not foreign to motorsports at all. You can see him running the SLGT class in real life. Run only few races, but he's become a very strong driver rapidly. Tehan again with the personal best of 143.4. He's improving sector by sector. This time it's the third sector. The moment Brian is fastest in sector 1, Angelo Seratna fastest in sector 2, and Tehan Eranga fastest in sector 3. Now again, Viren Boteju taking the last 2 corners. As we go with Praveen Peter, he's 4/10 up as we look at his delta timings. 4/10 up, now 5/10 up from his last best lap. So Adam, what do you think is going to be for him? Do you think he is going, according to the time machine, looks like he's going, now he's 6/10 up. Yeah, looks like he's going to improve a couple of places. Here we go. Final corner for Praveen. What can he do? 7/10 now. Oh, touch on the wall. And he improves by 1 position as we have 50 seconds left for qualifying. We go on board with Saviratnaya. Sorry, Saviratnaya. Oh, he's gone off again. Commentators first. Adam? This, oh. Let's take a look at Angelo Senaratna round in the final turn. Oh, he has invalidated his lap though. Here we go. Final 2 laps, I would say, maybe, of qualifying.
Final lap because it's only 15 seconds left for qualifying. So this will be the final drive. And so far, Angelo Senaratna is the only
Senaratna
is the only guy who is improving from the leaders of the group. They ride on board with him.
Yes, but he's gonna need more than 8/10 Adam to improve a position. Do you think it's possible?
I believe it's possible, but my bet is that he will finish ahead of Brian because Tehan is just uncatchable in that Mustang.
So, you think he's going to improve 3 positions this lap?
Yes.
I mean, it's possible. We have seen it before.
Yeah.
Angelo Seratna, a very strong driver.
He's up 3/10.
take a look at Andrew Sean round in the final corner. Oh, what a slide! And oh, that slide killed his momentum. We're back with Angelo with RHC Racing. He's 3/10 up. Not quite there, I guess, Adam. Oh no, he is. Wow, P3 for Angelo Senratna. So that's the end of qualifying. We have Tehan Eranga, P1, Brian Pereira, P2, Angelo Senratna, P3, P4, Durand Abesekara, P5, Ayam Fazal, P6, Savi Ratnayaka, P7, Viren Boteju, P8, Andrew Sean. Then we have Harshula Dharmadasa, Shen Virakon, Sharanya Mendis, Tiago Pereira, Praveen Peter, Shan Silva, Ranuja Udavatta, then Devstika brother Amza Devstika, Vijay Gunawardana, Arsha Devstika, Amar Singha, Ronit Pereira, and Gesit Ahangama, rounding up the 21 drivers here today. So it's going to be a very, very intense fight between, I think, the AM drivers as well. So it's spaced out much more than what we saw last week. So we have Arshula Dharmadasa 2 cars ahead of Sharanya Mendis. So they have a pro driver in between them. Sharanya Mendis in P2 at the moment for qualifying for the M class. Then Tiago Pereira, pro driver behind her. And then the rest of the amateur grade. So Adam, what are your predictions for the pro class top 3 this time?
I think Denon will win, which is rodent car.
Rodent? Isn't that a raccoon?
No, we call it a rodent.
We call it
he
a rodent.
believes that it's a raccoon, but we all know it as the rodent car.
Okay, what about P2?
P2 will be Tiago Pereira.
Tiago Pereira, okay, P3.
And P3 will be Savi Ratnayaka.
Okay, Savi Ratnayaka. I think
I think Tehan won't win. I think he might spin out into T1.
what about amateur class?
Amateur class, Sharanya Mendis will win.
Mm-hmm.
Sharanya Mendis will win because she's Sharanya Mendis. Second place will be second and third place will be the 2 Iftika brothers. Because if one brother has to be in a podium, the other one will always have to be in the podium.
I think we saw that for the Speedway 6-hour endurance round 2. They weren't driving, but they were both managers, and both their teams, the 2 Spark Racing teams, got P1, P2. So maybe their luck would come here as well, or their skills more than luck.
Yeah. Kevan, remind me the last time when you sat on the endurance podium?
Endurance, I actually haven't. It's only sprint racing.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
sad.
like I passed you last time because your car didn't start.
But who's leading the championship in Yamaha KT100?
Okay, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the race as we have 50 seconds to go for round 4 of the ACC CMSC Race at Home championship, powered by Winlads. Here we go, the formation lap for round 4. Talking about the track, Watkins Glen, 11 corners, very, very tricky track. but a crowd favorite track as well. I think, according to what I read and my experience running this track, I think it's going to be very, very tricky maybe for the McLaren drivers. But the Mustangs, is only two Mustangs in today's race, and both of them are leading the pack. So let's see. Angelo.
But don't forget that Lamborghini of a rodent car.
Yes,
lurking
we cannot forget him. Denan Abesekara.
Returning to the back to racing after joining us last time for commentary. Nice to see him back in his rodent car.
He's back in Malaysia.
Nice to see.
Now is the driver's best time to warm up their tires and their brakes, so we don't see any collisions hopefully into turn 1 or bus stop. But luckily for this track is, it's, although you need to take it comparatively slow into turn 1, there is a runoff area. So it would be rather easy to avoid a collision, I guess. Adam, don't you think?
Yes, but I think there might be a few overtaking
incidents?
opportunities and incidents into the bus stop chicane. So that looks like a very good and efficient place to overtake, even though it's a small corner. If you get it right, the person you overtake won't be able to come back at you for a switchback.
Yeah, so Watkins Glen, 3.5 miles road course that has many elevation changes and is quite wide compared to other courses. Higher speeds, several long straights, sweeping turns, and numerous gradual elevation changes, and some not so gradual, add to this challenge and makes driving this track very fun. Quite a long track for a formation. Well, yeah, quite a long formation. Yes. Adam, you were trying to say?
Yeah, so they're still going on the formation. They're coming towards the last penultimate corner, and so far everything looks good. No false starts. Everyone is driving, and Brian is trying to rush Tehan. I don't know what he's trying to do there.
He's saying, come on, Tian, get on with it. We have a whole hour of racing left.
As you see them in double file formation.
All 21 cars, look at that. Only thing you're missing is my car. But there are two other green cars to make up for it, I guess. We go the final corner. Very similar to what we see in karting. No, Adam, do not scream go like last time. That's how Angelo Senaratna got his drive through. And we're waiting for the green flag to be waved. And there it is.
No false up.
No
Tehan
ju-
has gotten the better start to Brian. Brian immediately goes behind Tehan. Angelo trying to make a good move, but then goes around the outside. Both of them.
Oh, that's
Tehan has
contact. Who was that contact by? Oh,
And
that's Tehan had contact there with Denan. Denan's off, but he's managed to recover. Sorry, Brian, not Tehan.
yeah, Brian.
Brian.
You can see Angelo trying to make a move.
Hard braking, all the cars all bunched up. Will there be any incidents?
Oh, Angelo tried to make a move, but then shut the door with his
Oh, there's
road
incidents
breaker.
in the back. Charit Tamarasinghe. Gesindu Ahang Gamage. All four drivers gone off. It's very unlucky.
You can
Unlucky
see a
there.
replay.
Oh, the small tap on the rear, was it?
Yeah, but that was a good move by
How will you guess it? To
Gessit to go to the runoff instead
Yeah.
of joining the track. And good driving from him. Good sportsmanship from him actually.
as we see a slow car. Could there be issues on board with him? His car looks a bit damaged. I wonder whose car that is. Anyway, back to the front. Savi Ratnayaka closing behind Angelo Senratna. Can Savi get the move down? So we have Tehan, Brian, Durand, Angelo, Savi, Viren, and I have all cars bunched together.
But you can see the pace of Tehan. He's already pulled
He's gone.
1.5 seconds, even though it's the first lap.
Savi Ratnayaka getting closer and closer, inching closer and closer. Could he catch him under braking into bus stop? We go on board. The gap is getting cut down 10th by 10th. No, not quite there. But both drivers driving under pressure, Angelo and Savi, and they make no mistakes. And the top five, Tehan, Brian, Denon, Angelo and Savi are now breaking away from the rest of the pack that we saw all bunched up together in turn 1. I am leading the second pack. As you see, Andrew tried to make a move.
And he's gone.
No, not quite,
It's
not
side
quite.
by side.
Side by
Will
side.
fight for the position, and he keeps it. And we can see that Thiago Pereira has also caught up to them due to them battling. What
Oh.
will Thiago do?
Does he try around the outside? Not quite. Does he go for the switch back?
Thiago goes a bit, loses the rear a bit, but is still within the fight.
You know, if I was Thiago, I would just send it down the inside. That's why I'm not Thiago, and that's why Thiago's not in the pits. Anyway, will we see any moves done with Savi to Angelo? Now the gap is still the same, 4 tenths in between the two cars. Consistency is key. All leading top 10 cars have been setting green lap times, so they're improving. As Tehan currently has the fastest lap at the moment. So Adam, why did we not see you run this event?
It's because I don't have a PC. I'm more of a console guy.
Console gamer, yeah.
Yeah, I prefer running the GT7 and F1. Even though they're a bit arcadey, I enjoy it more.
I think F1's a good.
Yeah, F1's a good game, especially due to it having the safety car and red flags.
Yeah, I think seeing that in this
Would be
ACC,
more
yeah, or
interesting.
iRacing would be
More
very,
interesting.
yeah. It would bunch up the pack, and to see a red flag restart would be very interesting, wouldn't you agree? Again, Viren Boteju chasing Shane Virakon with Andrew Shawn right behind. Savi Ratnayaka falling a second behind Angelo now. Angelo's catching up to Lennon as much as he can, while Tehan is pulling away from Brian. 3.2 seconds of a gap. I wonder what happened to Shehan Silva. He's down in 19th. He was a front runner of the contest. I believe he's second in the championship.
For
Adam?
him.
Yes, fam. Did he pit? I know his car
No,
looks all
he
thrashed. His car
had a
looks
first
thrashed.
lap incident, I think, with the few of the back people. I think the car number 21 and 7. I saw a few incidents. There were a few yellow flags, but we couldn't capture that because they were focusing on the car battles. But he looks to have damage, but he is still continuing.
Yes. What are his timings like? He's doing 1:49, so definitely he's catching up. He's falling back. Sorry. with Harshula Dharmadasa. He's with the BMW. Sharanya Mendes is the current M-Class Championship leader in the McLaren, 3 seconds behind. Sharanya definitely does have the pace, but so does Harshula, so it's going to be a very tough battle. It's like Tehan to Brian, the same as Harshula to Sharanya. So both drivers, I would say, equally capable. Each track, it's a different, their skills suit for different tracks. So if this track Harshula is better, maybe next track Sharanya is better. So it's difficult to say with just one track, but both drivers are driving to their absolute max. As we are on board again with Angelo Senratna, as we see he's catching to Denon. I wonder, has Denon gone off? He has fallen behind. A replay of turn 1. Yes, Denon bit of getting a bit, what would you say?
Skill issue.
I wouldn't say that, Adam.
What do you mean? It was a skill issue. He went wide.
He went wide. Okay.
You see Angelo caught up to Denon because of his skill issue, and now he's right on the bump of Denon. I hope he takes out that rodent car. I don't like it.
Angelo is definitely putting pressure on Denon, and they are both somehow catching up to Brian, as well as Tehan continues to leave them in the dust. Now almost 4 seconds of a gap.
But Savi is also lurking in the background, waiting for one of them to make a mistake to capitalize on it and get a P4 or a P3. But Angelo is right on Denon's bumper, as you can see here.
Savi definitely has the skill set to challenge Brian and Tehan as well. So I would like to see what he does after the pit stop, because one pit stop could make a whole difference. He tried to do the undercut last week,
and it worked out.
It worked out for him. So
but he struggled a bit towards the last, but it still worked out.
Savi is a very strong driver. Only thing he had the issue at the beginning was his connection. His biggest issue, his biggest blockage was his connection.
His biggest enemy, even on track or off track, is dialogue.
Is his connection. So we can see some supporters in the comments. We have Kavin, Neva, Nimesh, and we got some quite a bit of Denon supporters as well. Denon Ambesekar definitely amusing the crowds, as we saw a small glimpse of Shane Virakun going off. Here we go, the replay. Oh, he's rear steps out. This is what I'm saying with the McLaren. It's very, very difficult to keep it on track after a couple of laps, because the tires just start giving up. And compared to the McLaren, this car is very low to the ground. So the McLaren, you can absolutely eat the curbs. I beg your pardon. The Mustang, you can absolutely eat the curbs into bus stop. You can take it head on, but the McLaren, you need to take it a bit more slow. So I guess that's where Tehan and Brian is finding their pace from. As see Ranuja and Charit going off again, and there's contact. Yes, Ranuja trying to go for a move, but I don't think there was any space there for him. Let's go for another replay, but with helicam view. Please, Adam, just try and see what happened. No, we need to go a bit more back. The two drivers are definitely not happy with that. Let's try it on board with the front runners again. As you see, Tehan again setting a personal best, this time 144.1. I don't believe there is catching up Tehan unless he makes a very, very big mistake. A very, very big mistake. And we see Shane again spun. Oh, Was that contact with Ranuja?
I think he might have just spun on his own.
Could be, because again the McLaren, not an easy car to drive. Oh, he's definitely got damage. Could that be a retirement? Hopefully not. His timings have dropped substantially. So we're on board with Angelo again.
And we can see that Denon has started to pull away.
So has Angelo from Savi Ratnayaka. And Savi Ratnayaka is pulling away from Iham. Iham is creating a gap of 1 second to Viren. We have not come across any back markers as of yet. The main issue with this 1 hour race is, I guess is, oh, Charit's off again. I wonder what happened again. I guess he went, he
touches the grass on the exit and
Yeah,
then the
he
tires
loses it.
just lost it.
yeah,
Ooh,
that's definitely the contact.
with the barrier. That might be damage for him. But we can see if he will continue on or not.
Hopefully it does, because Charit is a really quick driver. You can see him challenging the front runners. He challenges me as well. I'm not saying I'm a front runner, but racing with Charit, you definitely need a special skill set of that. He goes for unexpected moves. He catches you off guard. You make one mistake, Charit gets a position. Shan Amrasinghe. Angelo now, gap reduced to 8 tenths, so 1 tenth is reduced. You see Andrew Sean pulling away from the rest of the M class drivers and the 2 pro drivers in the mix, a gap of 10 seconds. They are now getting closer to start lapping drivers. Shane Veerakun currently in the pits.
Must be to repair all the damages.
Yes, must be the damage. I believe Adam stating the obvious. Oh, Ronet's gone around. Let's ride on board with him and see what happened.
His car also is damaged.
Oh.
Oh my god.
What? What happened there? Was it a network issue?
No, I think he just misjudged the braking and went straight into the barrier.
Oh yeah, that's
And
definitely the car had to be reset to the pits, because there is no driving that a whole lap, especially in this track. His steering column is just gone. Sean again challenging Viren Boteju, 6 tenths away now. Not a lot of battles compared to last week's race. Yeah, there's a lot of battles in the M class as well. Cars going back and forth, switchbacks, dive bombs, everything was happening last week. But this week the drivers are.
But at least we're getting a few overtakes here and there, unlike Suzuka, where we had only one overtake for the entire race, where Savi Ratnayaka overtook one of the cars. Can't remember the car, but he overtook one of the cars and he was the only person to overtake, and that was our only highlighted reel of that race. Otherwise it was just Tehan dominating as usual.
So you're talking about last week's race, yeah?
No, I'm talking about Suzuka.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah. So Shane's been given a 30-second stop and go. I believe that's maybe for speeding in the pit lane. That's usually what you get the stop and go for. But looking at Brian, Angelo, Savi, Denon, Iham, Viren, Andrew, Thiago Pereira, Praveen Peter, Shania Mendes, Amjad and Arshad Iftika, Shian Silva. There are They are all real life racing drivers as well, so you can see their skill set is definitely being put to show. As you see, Angelo, he is challenging Denon. He's reduced his gap to 5/10. Angelo's getting closer and closer. Can Angelo make a move now? He's so close as we see. Denon's rear sliding. Denon's gone defensive. And he's returned to the normal racing line as well. I think that's too early to go defensive as we see Angelo catching him under braking. Denon's, that's Praveen Adam. That's big contact with Praveen. Goes straight into the barrier with a little bit of the car unsettling just a little bit as we're back with Angelo and Denon. Here we go. Denon, Angelo catching up, inching closer and closer. I believe Angelo might make the move now.
Into the bus stop, right?
Yes. Oh, that's so close. That's so close to the barrier.
And
That
here
would
we go into the bus stop corner. Will Angelo make the goal? He's going from the
Did I go
outside.
defensive? Oh, that's good defense. That's good defending by Denon.
As you can see, they've caught up towards the back markers of the pack. Hopefully they don't get involved in this battle because they are getting lapped and they are also in the M class. There were a lot of incidents where you were holding up the grid, Kevan.
No, I'll let everyone buy. Don't lie.
If you go back for the round 3 race at Indianapolis, there were a few times you let them go and then
I'm gonna deny that accusation, Adam. Oh wow! Look how much of a distance Angelo is catching under braking. Denon is definitely under pressure. Blue flags are shown. It's I believe Shane and Shan Amrasinghe. Shan has to get out of the way now. He does. That's really good sportsmanship by Shan. However, looks like Angelo has fallen back a bit. Let's go on board with Angelo into turn 1. Let's see what he can do. Not quite there. Savi Ratnayaka though is improving his gap to Angelo. We might see him also entering the battle against Denon. They are battling and they're losing time going defending each other. And as we see, the pit window is now open. It will stay open for 20 minutes. Will Savi or any driver try to do what Savi did last race, which worked out well for Savi. Now, I couldn't do that because I forgot to calibrate my pit stop Adam, and I was doing that the lap before I entered the pit. So as you see, back marker hopefully getting out of the way. Blue flags are shown. Yes, he does. And again catching under braking. Denon not quite hitting the apex. And they are catching Brian as Tehan now 9 seconds of a gap. Tehan's like I believe the Max Verstappen of race at home. Paired with a good car, he is flying. Oh, Gesit! Oh, there's contact. Denon runs into the back of Gesit, and Angelo makes the move on Denon. Denon is definitely not happy. He ran right into the back of Gesit, I believe Gesit didn't see him, or he tried to get out of the way. I don't know, he moved into the way of Denon. Oh, that's very unlucky for Denon. Denon definitely has damage, as now Savi Ratnayaka is caught up to Denon. I know I said we might see Savi Ratnayaka catching up to Angelo and Denon and trying to make a move on Denon, but I did not mean like this, as now Denon's car looks absolutely thrashed and definitely has aero damage, so he might have to spend an extra couple of seconds in the pits. That's why driving very cautiously in this 1 hour endurance is a 1 hour sprint race is very, very vital. Track now at optimum performance standards, and we see Denon again pulling away from Savi. So I guess he did not get as much of a damage as we assumed he would get. I mean, his front and sides are definitely damaged. We'll definitely have. We'll try to get, I believe, an interview with Tehan. If we the two winners of the two classes, and also Denon, let's try to ask him what issues that he faced in this time period, but looks like despite the challenges he's still managing to pull away and trying to catch Angelo to get his position back, but I doubt Angelo will make any mistakes at the moment. You give him the position, that's it, Angelo will be gone. Now he's pulling at almost 3-second gap.
Denon must be having damage after that contact with the barrier.
Definitely, I mean,
but
he went straight in.
still driving well and getting away from Savi. So that is good.
Oh,
When
Denon's
he
in the
got
pits.
pits.
What was that? What was that pit entry though? There was a very last minute decision.
Yeah, so there is a pit lane.
Yes, there's a pit entry.
Pit entry, and that starts before the corner.
Yeah.
But he did that. Don't know if he might get a penalty in the future. We'll have to wait and find out.
That's something I guess is towards my pocket. I wonder whether now it's Denon's pit stop, whether it's just a pit stop and or he's repairing the car. But because it won't make sense to repair the car, go out and again pit for the pit stop and then continue the race. So I guess he would be spending a couple of extra seconds in the pit stop and repairing the car. Shane now behind Savi Ratnayaka, trying to unlap himself. And to our viewers, we ask you to commentate your favorite driver of today. Drop down the names and let's let's see, Adam, who gets the most votes. Who's in your favor, Adam?
I think it should be Thiago Pereira
Tiago Pereira.
because he's such a good driver.
Okay.
Driving well.
Mhm.
V8.
Mhm.
That's very good. That's
Where did
why
he start?
won the race.
Where did he start? He started quite back, I believe, right?
Yes,
P11.
exactly. So he started from I think P18 and he left P8. So that's 10 positions up for him.
Mhm.
He's driving well. He's driving the best, and he's the best in the world.
I think it's maybe Savi Ratnayaka or Angelo Sinaratna. As we see, Savi now entering the pits.
As we can see, that there's a disqualification for someone.
Oh, it's Kesi Tahangama. Is that
He's the
too
man who had contact with Denon.
unlucky? He's been quite a strong driver. Adam. Have you seen him last season as well in Estre-Corsa Competizione, and also iRacing? Was he there in GT7? Not that I remember of, yeah. Savi doing his pit stop now. As we see some Denon fans commentating in the chat box. We definitely got a couple of Denon supporters tuned in with us today.
Maybe that's why Denon had a skill issue.
And as you see, Savi about to exit the pit.
And will Denon overtake him or will Savi have undercut him? Overcut him, sorry.
What? No, Denon's gone. Denon's behind Savi. He's a lap behind Savi.
Savi just left the pit lane. And that upgrade being made again. They should be moving.
Yes, they do.
With
Ronit Pereira there.
and Savi can see Denon in his vision of view, field of view, and he's going to be trying to get a podium.
Yeah, Savi is challenging Shehan Silva now from M class. As we see Brian Pereira, front runner, now into the pits as Angelo Senaratna moves into second place. We can actually see Angelo from here, so he's currently changing car settings on the go, so he definitely knows what he is doing. Bus stop taken beautifully. Angelo's in the pit.
So is Tehan, don't forget about him.
So is Tehan. Yes, I
Even
actually
though
forgot
we
about
have
him.
forgotten about him. So, let me see.
I am Fazal now leading the race, and Viren Boteju in second, Andrew Sean in third, Tehanaranga fourth, Angelo Senaratna in fifth. Will this be the time Savi Ratnayaka catches them?
Are you forgetting about the road?
Yes, I am.
I can't believe it. How could you forget about that beautiful looking car? Oh, as we can see, that Denon has actually caught up to Brian. So that was
Huh.
a good pit decision from Denon.
Denon.
to,
Oh.
undercut.
Bit of loosey goosey right there.
And Denon has also taken Angelo.
Angelo. Wow.
So
Wow.
That was a masterclass of
No, he has not.
He has.
No, he's not.
He has.
Oh yeah, he has. Savi now again behind Angelo. Will he go for the move?
So it's just like the incident never happened between Denon and Slim because he has gotten a bigger gap also. And we can see that Viren Botejo is challenging now for the win.
Oh,
for the
what?
lead.
Oh, what was that? Oh, whoa. That's. Oh, so he's lapping.
No, that's for the lead. He's in the lead now, Viren Botejo. What a move
Yeah,
by
but
Viren.
that's Shane Veerapol. He's lapping Shane Veerapol. I wonder what was happening right there. I guess he was trying to go get the slipstream off Shane Veerapol, but Shane Veerapol was like, no, bro, go ahead. And that's exactly what Viren did, but that was so close. It was almost contact. As Ayam Fazal now enters the pit, currently in the pit. Now what Viren has to do is, since there's no back markers in front of him, what he needs to do is start creating the gap little by little, making no mistakes on this couple of laps before he enters the pit. So then he has a maximum amount of a second of a gap that he can hopefully hold before the other drivers start catching up, and maybe undercut the other drivers as well. Now we see Ayam Fazal about to leave the pits. Viren's pace time is a 1:45 flat, and his last lap was 1.2 seconds off that, which is not what he should be doing at the moment. I guess obviously he's not doing that voluntarily, but that's what's maybe going to lose him seconds when he pits now. The gap from him to Tehan is 40 seconds. I don't know whether that will be enough. If it is, that we might see a new winner. I believe he was on podium last time. We'll see if he wins this round. It's going to be amazing. Putting the Ferrari on top with the Fords behind him. Fords, the Mustangs, definitely the car favorite for this round. Denon Abesekara 3 seconds behind Brian. He's not letting Brian go. He'll definitely look to catch Viren in the pit stop. So I believe Denon would be P3, Tehan would be P1, Brian would be P2. So what we saw at the start happening again. So that's a really great recovery drive from Denon, all the way Malaysian driver at the moment.
You mean the right?
The Malaysian driver,
The
or the
Malaysian.
Sri Lankan Malaysian. So he had incident with back marker, and now he was overtaken by Angelo and Savi, and now he's in front of both of them. So I doubt Savi Ratnayaka's undercut it. Yes.
Two undercut the drivers so that he could have that position. But now we'll have to see the latter part of the race. Will Denon have the tires to get confirmed P3 or not?
Yes, as we see Arshad Iftika with Spark racing. I beg your pardon. It's Amjad Iftika. He had to serve a 30-second stop and go penalty. I believe again for speeding the pit.
And we can see that Sharanya Mendes has been off the race.
Of M class, yes.
And that is very good for my predictions of the race also.
No, you said Thiago's winning.
Yeah, but for M class I think Sharanya
You see Tehan now back into the lead. Does it Eranga style? Viren now in the pit. He's fallen down to P8 as he exits the pit right behind Andrew Shawn. So looking at the best timings of what they've said so far, Viren is quicker than Andrew and Iham. So maybe we would see him catching the two in the near future. You see Savi Ratnayaka and Angelo Senratna behind Denan Abhisekara. Will we see, imagine we see a part 2 of what happened to Denan before, hopefully not. Is Angelo so close to Denan, will go on board with Angelo, will he catch him into bus stop? He's getting the slipstream now, is inching closer and closer. Denan's going to have to pull out a really good defensive maneuvers. Oh, there's
contact.
almost contact. Oh, there's contact.
Oh,
Denan.
straight off.
Angela's gone off. Savi Ratnayaka around.
Oh,
Oh,
and Andrew's gone off.
oh no. What's happened here? Angelo Senratna, very strong driver, but bro, I'm saying Adam is gonna catch up easily. The commentators
Just on it's the McLarens on the curbs that is very deadly for all the drivers.
McLaren's on the curb and this McLaren overall on this track. As we see
And
Savi
this is Savi
Ratnayaka.
Ratnayaka on P3, so that worked out for him,
Yes.
but Denan will be attacking back.
This is some a familiar place to see Savi on the top 3 on the podium. Very strong driver is going to have to defend with all his might for this last 20 minutes against Denan. So now making a mistake here is going to be
We can also see I am Fadar lurking in the background, catching him. Oh, as he goes right there. But he has caught up so much due to the three-way battle they had for P3. Fortunately, Angelo has fallen a bit back in P7. And as you can see, the pit lane is closed for the last stop, so all drivers have made their stops. So all drivers except Praveen Peter
has he not made his stop?
has not made the stop.
So would that mean a disqualification or a time penalty?
I may be thinking it's a time penalty considering that he used to driving. So maybe it will be a big time penalty.
I believe a
and
couple of
costly-
laps either.
Yeah, and a costly time penalty. And you can see that they are going through a lot of back
Oh,
markers,
Savi
almost
down the
contact.
side. That was so close.
Almost contact on the back markers like what happened with Denan, but now respectfully leaves the space for all the pro class categories. As you can see, I am flashing lights at the back marker, and we can see that Viren has caught up to Angelo. Maybe Angelo has some problems after having that hefty impact into the barrier.
Did he make?
He
Yes, he did
hadn't,
make.
yeah.
He made contact. Yeah.
He had contact with Denon and he had contact with the barrier after spinning. And we ride back on Denon, eager to ride, eager to
As we see a three-way battle now for P3. Denon Abesekar, Ayam Fazal now trying to battle against Denon Abesekar. As we see a car just disappear into thin air. I believe that would be Shan or Ramanujan. Both of them have retired. Ayam Fazal now fighting Denon Abesekar. Saviratna now try to get away from them. It's either that or Iham and Denon should stop battling and focus on perfecting the lines to try and catch up to Savi, because Savi has pulled a 9/10 gap, which is a rather large gap considering you're racing for the same position against him. So now the battle is on board with Denon and Ayam, a 3-second gap in between them.
Is there going to be a repeat of last time into the base? Ayam is trying to go for the move. He's just not far enough. Ooh, almost contact there. But they survive another to fight for another day. Or maybe that. You never know what they will do. You can see I am on Denon bumper and Denon is defending his heart out, but they are defending so much that Savi Ratnayaka has also gained a lot. Not gained a lot, sorry, my bad. They made a bigger gap to Denon, so that's good. And come on, do you remember when we were asking me the race predictions? I told you that Savi will end up on a podium.
No, I believe I said that.
No, I said that.
No, I said that.
I said that. You should go back to the replay because if my predictions were Thiago, Savi, and someone I can't remember. But yeah, because I remember Savi because due to the fact that he's in my karting team and he's a good guy in person.
So being a good guy would give you extra horsepower, is it?
Yes.
Oh, as you see, I am. Do we see it? Oh, there was almost a replay of
last. As you see, he's going to be trying to go.
Right side to side. I am having to eat the curb.
It is not ideal to be around the outside there because as you can see, for the second lap in a row, he has lost a lot of time towards Denon due to trying to make that same move again.
Yeah, definitely. If you have to go around the outside, I think the best thing is pressuring your opponent who is on the inside by trying to push him off the track, because if you get on the curb,
You don't need to push
no,
them.
I'm not saying pushing. That's not
We
pressuring.
know
Like,
you do that in karting, but you need to be into ACC.
okay, I don't do that in karting. As you see, I am flashing the lights at Denon. He's trying to make Denon make a mistake under
And
braking.
we can see that due to the battle in Savi Ratnayaka has taken 2 seconds from the gap to Denon.
Yeah, and now Denon is loose in the rear bit.
Due to the undercut.
Not well, undercut. As we see,
Yeah,
I am Fasal trying to go around the outside. No, he doesn't. Not enough space right there. He has to back out as he still strikes limit momentarily there.
And the gap now to Savi is 2.5.
Denon
So
Abhisekara
this
make
is working out perfectly for Savi Ratnayaka, who is driving the McLaren. As we can see that he last week podium on the endurance running for ECU Racing, and before that he also took part at the KT100 event with Mora Racing. So we can see that he is an experienced driver. He is an experienced driver who is used to being on the podium. So let's see whether he can get another podium for this month alone.
Let's try it back on board with Iham and Denon. They are going back and forth again and again. The only the battles going on is these two, and also Angelo and Viren. There's too much to cover. We can. Oh, there's.
And you come, oh, I am good into the wall right there. He lost a bit of time there. Let's have a replay of that.
Did he go into the wall? I doubt he did.
He did.
No, he had to back off and. Oh, yeah.
Contact with the wall, just rushed it a bit, but that lost him a lot of time to defend on the thing.
As He's on board with Viren and Angel now catching up to Andrew. And also Ayam and Lennon. Now Savi Ratnaik has put a 3-second gap on them. Brilliant driving by Savi. Oh, Ayam's on the grass. Definitely not what you need to be, but he's catching Denon throughout the turn. But Denon's a really quick driver, so he's definitely not going to let him overtake, even though he's right on his bumper. Denon is not the type of driver to just let you by. If you manage to get by him, you just know it's after one heck of a fight. The between Angelo and Viren has died down, but now Angelo is catching up to Andrew. Backmarker getting out of the way between the two drivers, so no time lost. But there is a dent that has been made between the two, but I believe that's for the contact with the ball last lap round. As you see, Praveen Peter, you wonder what happened. Smart is facing the other direction. Let's go and see what happened to him. Oh,
Ooh.
that's a case
I
of.
think he maybe wanted to pit
No, I doubt he wanted to pit. I believe.
because he hasn't done his mandatory pit stop also.
Yeah, but it's too late now.
Yeah, it's too late now. As we can see, I am going side by side into the bus stop. What is going to happen?
Ayub goes down the inside. He breaks late and he gets the move
And
done.
he's gone.
Ayam Fazal. Now he needs to try and break away, but Denon's not going to allow that. Look at Denon. His car is inching closer and closer, and also Angelo has to fight off Viren. Viren's trying to.
And he's also attacking Andrew Shawn.
Andrew
so
Shawn,
that
yeah.
is a beautiful comeback from Angelo.
Yeah,
To
three-way battle.
after spinning and having contact with Denon to come back and try to fight the field for P6.
Yeah, we're on board the helicam with Jeffrey, our videographer from the helicopter, giving us some really good shots. Adam, won't you agree?
No.
Okay.
As we come into the last 6 minutes of the race, one of my predictions are going to be right. Savi Ratnaika might steal away this podium from Denon and Ayam Fazal. So maybe he got the podium because of my prediction. Question mark.
And going to M class, we
Can
see Arshad Iftikhar from Spark Racing currently in P3, but with a 58-second gap. He's definitely not falling down to P4 from Shehan. I wonder what happened to Shehan. This race not quite the best race for him. As you see, though, Shahan Amar Singh has managed to do so well. He's 6/10 ahead of a pro driver, Shehan Virakun. Shahan definitely big improvement from last race. Last race, unfortunately, he had a DNF, I believe, with a network issue. It sent him straight into the wall in India, Annapolis. Definitely, he was bummed with that event.
We can see only female driver on the grid leading the M class, which is a beautiful thing to see.
Shania Mendes absolutely dominating the M class, going to increase her lead into
In the championships by extra,
yeah, definitely
maybe about extra 12, 10 points,
yeah, definitely possible.
or even more because she is winning the race so far.
Yes, because Shehan was I believe Shehan was in second, but I believe now, so he's in fourth today, so he's definitely losing a bit of points. As we see, Andrew Shawn, Viren Boteju and Angelo Serrano now caught up to Denon. Oh dear, this
I
could
think
go really
Devon
well.
may be having some sort of damage because he's lost a lot of time considering he was right behind the buffer of but maybe he went off, or maybe he had more contact. Maybe his car is broken.
As we get word that Savi Ratnaik has underfueled, he's just sent the message on the drivers group. That is not ideal. Oh no, Savi Ratnaik, he was in P3. Oh man, that's
My prediction is gone.
oh no, Savi.
But this is looking like an interesting battle happening. What will happen?
As we see Andrew and Viren in front of Angelo. Wow, look at Viren there. Already very new to esports, but already challenging the front runners. I believe he'll start challenging Tehan very soon. Adam, won't you agree?
Yes.
So as we see, as we ride on board with Viren, will he make a move? Return one? Yes, he does. Down the inside. Viren Botage, what a move. Will Denon trying to make? Does he have enough speed? Oh, there we go. Two wide, Denon and Andrew. As Andrew passes Denon around the outside, Denon trying to block off Angelo from making a move. But as we see, two cars, 2x2 into bus stop. As now, of course, Andrew's behind, but will he try to go for a move again? Yes, he does. As Angelo almost clips the rear of him, and they both overtake Denon. Oh no, Angelo's off! Oh no! Oh dear, this second time again, the McLaren is not best suited, I believe, for this track. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's the barrier again.
It's the curb. It's even the curb. too
Sorry,
much.
the curve. Sorry.
Yeah. That is very unfortunate.
And the final lap is being called by race officials. Will Andrew Sean get P4 with William Botejo? Will William Botejo have an impressive P4 considering this is his debut season? We look to find out as we see Tehan, who has not been broadcasted since the start of the race due to his dominance of a performance, coming to the bus stop chicane.
See how well this car can take it compared to the.
Yeah, it's not even shaking like the McLaren.
Yeah, so McLaren. I think you all saw this issue with me in India, please, and the other McLarens as well. The rear starts sliding quite a
And
bit.
we can see Andrew Sean coming, trying to go down inside in P1, but lost a lot of places, speed, sorry. And we can see that Denon has pitted.
Oh dear, is that?
Is that another underfuel?
I have no idea. Is it underfuel or too much damage? Too much damage. It's not. It's
But considering it's the last lap,
last lap.
maybe
He's
it
good.
was underfuel. As we can see that there's going to be a move into the bus stop.
Oh
What
no,
will happen? No,
he's not
it's clean.
quite
It's-
close enough.
But it was a clean corner, unlike the last lap where Angelo spun.
Looks like Viren Botejo has this in the bag, has the P4 in the bag as we ride again with
And
Tianaranga.
we see Tehan coming to the last corner, down the final stretch, weaving side to side. And he
Tianaranga.
wins in a dominant of a performance.
Tianaranga
No
wins
one
in
was
Watkins
even
Glens.
close to him, and we can see Brian also coming for P2, and I am liking McQueen, should I say, coming for, should be getting P3. I think that's his first podium for the season, come on.
I believe so. And as you see, Sharanya Mendes now ahead of Savi Ratnaik, 9 tenths behind. Let's try go and see what's happening in between with them.
Oh, Savi almost having a moment there.
So Sharanya's ahead of Teran, Savi, and also Shane. 3 poor drivers. Definitely really good driving by her as she's about to take the win.
For them class, and she has. Wait, no.
Few corners left.
Few corners left, sorry. A lot. Corners left.
4 more to be precise. The RHC racing car. As we see the driver doing some donuts in turn 1. Angelo Siratna. And we're about to round the final corners with Sharanya Mendes. And Sharanya Mendes wins in Watkins Glen. She wins in the pro category and definitely increases her gap to P2 in the championship. And we'll try be back with drivers' interviews with Tehan and Sharanya.